You hear so many stories about a dog's loyalty to their owner, but this one is different. It's a story that will warm your heart and show the power of kindness. On a very cold night, something amazing happened that touched many hearts. This story will take you on an emotional journey, showing the strength of a mother's love. Get ready to be inspired by a story that proves hope and kindness can shine through even in the darkest times. The story begins on a chilly, lonely night on an empty highway. The air was so cold it felt like it could freeze your soul. A car raced down the deserted road, its headlights slicing through the darkness. Suddenly, the car screeched to a stop. Without a second thought, the driver tossed a box onto the road. Inside, a scared dog and her tiny puppies shivered in the freezing night. The car roared away, leaving them all alone. The cold wind howled as the box lay there, with the helpless family inside, abandoned and waiting for someone. Ella, a 3-year-old mother dog, was terrified and desperate. Despite her injuries and hunger, her only focus was keeping her puppies safe. She shuffled around, huddling them close against the bitter cold and her own pain. The tiny puppies, frail and scared, whimpered softly. Their cries mixed with the howling wind as they huddled together, hoping for a miracle in the freezing night. But before we go into more depth, don't forget to subscribe. We are aiming for 1000 plus likes on this video, so be sure to like it. Let's continue the story. And you know what? A miracle happened when a late-night driver, heading home after finishing his work, spotted something unusual by the roadside. Slowing down, he peered through the darkness and saw the abandoned dogs. His heart ached as he realized what had happened. Without wasting a moment, he called McNeely Family Rescue and Sanctuary, his voice full of emotion as he described the scene. The rescue team, famous for their quick action, immediately jumped into their truck and rushed to help, ready to save the vulnerable animals from the cold. When the rescue team arrived, they were met with a heartbreaking sight. Ella, weak and injured, was doing everything she could to keep her puppies close. She was in terrible shape, with scars and hunger marking her fragile body. The rescuers, deeply moved, acted quickly to help. They managed to save 2 of the puppies, later named Sozo and Vinette, who were hurt but still alive thanks to their mother's brave efforts. Sadly, the other 6 puppies didn't survive the fall from the moving car. Every second mattered as the rescuers wrapped the puppies in warm blankets and gently coaxed Ella into their truck. The team could feel Ella's intense gaze, a mix of trust and desperation, understanding they were there to help. At the sanctuary, the team jumped into action. Ella and her surviving pups received urgent medical care. The sanctuary's warmth and the rescuers' careful attention gave Ella the comfort she desperately needed. Each day, her strength grew, and her bond with Sozo and Vinette became stronger. The community's response was incredible, with donations pouring in and volunteers eager to assist. McNeely Family Rescue and Sanctuary turned into a beacon of hope, not just for Ella and her puppies, but for all animals in need. Their story stirred a wider conversation about animal cruelty and the need for stricter penalties for such cruel acts. The love and support shown to Ella and her pups highlighted the power of compassion and community. As Ella and her pups began to heal, the sanctuary's efforts to support them continued to grow. They planned to install cameras on Valroy Road to help stop future cases of cruelty. Ella's story became a symbol of hope, sparking action against animal abuse. The road to recovery was long, but Ella, Sozo, and Vinette showed amazing strength. The sanctuary team, with the help of the community, made sure they got all the care and love they needed. Ella's journey became a shining example of how compassion and teamwork can make a difference. Every morning, Ella would nudge her puppies, encouraging them to eat and play. Sozo and Valentino, once so weak, grew stronger day by day. Their playful barks and happy yips filled the sanctuary with joy, marking each step as a victory over their difficult past. April McNeely, the founder of the sanctuary, often thought back to that cold night with deep emotion. "There's no excuse for treating animals like that," she would say, her voice a mix of sadness and resolve. The sanctuary became a healing haven for Ella, her puppies, and everyone who helped. Volunteers, who had once felt helpless against cruelty, found new purpose in their work, making a difference one animal at a time. A special moment happened when a local school visited the sanctuary. The children, touched by Ella's story, brought handmade blankets and toys for the puppies. As they sat in a circle, gently petting the dogs, you could feel the warmth and kindness in the air. Ella, who was usually shy around new faces, seemed to sense the love and happily snuggled into the children's laps, her eyes closing in peaceful contentment. Local businesses also stepped up. A nearby pet store generously donated food and supplies, and a local veterinary clinic provided free checkups for all the animals at the sanctuary. These acts of kindness not only gave the sanctuary the resources they desperately needed, but also deepened the connection between the community and the shelter. Ella's story quickly spread beyond the local area, capturing the hearts of animal lovers worldwide. Support poured in from all corners, with messages of encouragement and donations coming in from people who were inspired by Ella's bravery. The sanctuary's social media pages were buzzing with comments and shares, showing just how far Ella's story had reached and the positive impact it had on so many lives. One day, a family visited the sanctuary with hopes of adopting Ella and her puppies. They had followed their story closely and felt a strong connection. Determined to give them a loving home, they visited several times to make sure it was the perfect fit. The sanctuary team agreed, and as Ella and her puppies left with their new family, there was a mix of joy and sadness. They had grown close to the family, but knowing they were going to a caring home made it all worthwhile. The sanctuary's mission continued, fueled by Ella's powerful story. They introduced new programs to educate people about animal cruelty and the importance of responsible pet care. The team worked closely with local authorities to push for tougher laws against animal abandonment and abuse. Meanwhile, Ella was thriving in her new home, and updates showed her living a happy, healthy life. Sozo and Vinette also grew into joyful, affectionate dogs, each with their own special personality. The family frequently shared photos and videos with the sanctuary, showcasing the amazing progress they had made. Ella and her puppy's story became a beacon of hope, showing that even in the toughest times, there is always room for change and healing. The sanctuary's efforts, inspired by Ella's journey and supported by the community, continued to make a meaningful impact, proving that one rescue can indeed make a difference. So, what are your thoughts about this heart-touching story? Share your opinions in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on our new animal stories. Your support means the world to us.